If you're the superstitious sort, you had to be gravely concerned about the way things started out for the Sooners this past Saturday. Fortunately, things got better, a lot better.
The Barry Switzer Show is brought to you by the people of Kerr-McGee. People like you who care. Now here's Barry with Steve Davis.
Hi, welcome to our show. The Sooners ended the regular season this past week defeating OSU 24-14 to win a share of the Big 8 Conference Championship, an Orange Bowl berth, and a possible national championship.
Everybody's talking about the national championship, and there's a lot of, and you know I'm going to ask you this about BYU. BYU's not the best team in college football.
We were discussing a minute ago before the show, Steve. You said that you talked to Ted Tollner at USC and asked them if they could beat them. Ted remarked, said, sure, we could beat Brigham Young. He says, there's 10 teams in the country. And here's a coach on the Pac-10 making that statement, and I didn't make that statement. But Brigham Young is an outstanding football team. There's no question about it. But there are much more talented football teams around the country with less record than Brigham Young has. And you know, I think that, you know, I didn't even think about this a minute ago. You mentioned to me the fact that, you know, if we did win the national championship and Brigham Young ends up undefeated in the Holiday Bowl, we might have to play in the kickoff class
in August.
Hall of Fame in August up in New Jersey, Meadowlands. I hadn't even thought about that.
Without Danny Bradley.
Without Danny Bradley. I hadn't thought about that, but that's a possibility. Interesting.
Coach, of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. The victory on Saturday was the icing on the cake for you. It had to be.
Oh, it certainly was against a very good football team. Oklahoma State is an excellent football team, and we played extremely well that day. Our football team was probably pumped up to play OSU more than we have in many years. And I've always liked to think that our football team gets ready to play Oklahoma State, but I knew they were this time because there was so much at stake in the ball game, and we played well on defense in the ball game, and our offense did an outstanding job, especially when the score was 14-7. We took a great drive, went and scored, tied the ball game up, and got the momentum on our side.
Well, Coach, there's no doubt there was a big ball game. It was on national television, and everything was on the line. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma last Saturday.
You're alone, you ask yourself. 14-7. We stick it in them and go win the football. The offensive coaches and the offense get game ball. We're the best team in the country, Coach. We're the best team. We're the best team in the country.
Danny Bradley got a vote there, didn't he?
Sure did.
He's undefeated.
Coach, there has been, we talk on your show so much. We talk about the team and winning. What does this season mean to Barry Switzer? I mean, you yourself. I mean, not everybody else. What's it mean to you?
I'll open a new contract. You want to be candid and honest? I think that this team really was a special football. It's so funny. That's the truth. This is a special football team because of what our coaches did in the beginning, back in August. I mean, and we planned for what happened. We worked for what happened. We helped make what happened in our season. We didn't expect to lose to Kansas. That wasn't part of the script, but we thought we'd have a good football team. We thought we had a chance to win every football game we played if we went about our game plan, our season game plan, in the proper fashion. And our coaches did an excellent job of preparing our team to play. The presence, the attitude, the things that we demonstrated through 4 or 5 months with our coaches toward the squad really had a tremendous effect on our team morale, the esprit de corps, the love, the compassion, all the intangibles, all those variables that go into it, made this football team a very special football team.
The adversity, the criticism that the press and everybody's throwing at, everybody throwing at you, throwing at the team, the talent and everything else. I mean, that's got to be just personally satisfying to know that we did it. We came back when everybody else is writing us off. Sports Illustrated is writing critical articles, and to say, take that. I mean, that's got to be a good feeling.
You bet it is. Kill them with kindness and go to the Orange Bowl, win the national championship. We've got that to accomplish yet. But Steve, I really think that our football team this year is less talented too. And a lot of people, I know that. I think our football team knows that, but we were less talented than a lot of teams we've had in the past, ability-wise in our football team. Not in some areas. We're a very good defensive football team, but offensively we were a little bit less talented in some areas, but yet we were still a good football team, and we didn't beat ourselves this year offensively, and that was the key to our offense with a great defense.
Coach, at the beginning of the year, what kind of pressure did you sense going into the year?
It didn't bother me, Steve. It really doesn't. It just doesn't bother me. I don't think about it. I just think about the job that's at hand and don't worry about it. Whatever comes, comes. And I can handle it. I've had a lot tougher things than worrying about whether you're going to coach in football at Oklahoma next year or not. So that wasn't a concern. All I want to do is do a good job and for our football team and our players and our coaching staff. And the family, we speak to the family.
That's right.
That was the key. And yet I appreciate our fan support and the thousands that do support us. Hey, but there's not one group that we really cared about wanting to help and fight through this thing and make it all happen. Those seniors and the rest of the family. But little old Danny Bradley came to the University of Oklahoma to be a champion and to play in the Orange Bowl. And the smile on his face when he walked in my office after the ball game and sat down there and said, "Coach, we finally did it. We finally did it." The biggest smile, I'll tell you what, hey, that's great satisfaction.
No doubt about it. Well, it's going to be a family reunion down in the Orange Bowl, and we'll talk about a lot of more things on the Barry Switzer Show after this word from Kerr McGee.
Hi, I'm Steve Bryan from Quid, Oklahoma. I'm a defensive tackle. My major is communications, and I'm a sophomore.
The YWCA does so much toward developing young women as confident, responsible people. I'm on the board of directors at the Y, and we work closely with the staff, setting goals for programs and, well, really every phase of the Y's activities. We try to make the Y a place for women of all ages to grow and learn and just have fun.
People helping people everywhere, everyday people.
Young women need career models, and that's what I try to be. I didn't have those types of models when I was growing up.
When I started out in high school, I thought I wanted to make...
Helping young people explore new opportunities is very rewarding to me.
People helping people everywhere. Kerr McGee people.
I'm Anita Bridges. I'm an attorney for Kerr McGee.
People like you who care.
Don Key was a very special player at the University of Oklahoma. His career was cut short due to an injury, and every year Kerr McGee has sponsored the Don Key Award in honor of Don Key. This year's recipient is Steve Sewell, and we've got some highlights of Steve Sewell and his career at the University of Oklahoma. Coach, he was quite a player.
Steve was an excellent player. He probably had more big plays than any player that has played in the past 4 years at Oklahoma. He's never touched the ball as much as a lot of them, but yet his average per carry has been great. And he's made a lot of big plays, and he's had an excellent senior year. Steve is a 2.8 senior, grade average, cumulative grade average for 4 years here. He will graduate this year. And another statistic I want to, since we're talking about that, we have 17 seniors. 14 of our seniors will graduate this year of our 17, which is an excellent average. Here's the Don Key Award winner, Steve Sewell, making a big play at Colorado right before the half, a 78-yard touchdown run here. Steve has a cast on his foot right now, and he has a stress fracture. He hasn't played since the second half of the Colorado game, played very little in the Nebraska game, of course didn't play against OSU, and it's because of a stress fracture, and he'll have a cast on for about 3 weeks now, and he should make the bowl game. Might not be in great condition, but he'll be able to play in his final game of his senior year.
With the injuries to the running back position during the course of the year, he really came through in the clutch almost week after week.
No question about it. I think he averaged 6 yards a carry, which is an excellent average, and I think probably his career average. I want to ask Mike Treps of the Sports Information Office to figure up what his average per carry in his career was, and I think it will be excellent, somewhere in the 7-yard range.
Coach, let's review the season a little bit. It has been a great year for a lot of different players, but players come to mind, Danny Bradley.
Danny has had a super year for us. Danny Bradley is a product of Mac Brown. Danny's a great athlete, and he's an excellent athlete. Tremendous quickness, 4.4 speed, can throw the ball extremely well. He was an excellent passer for us this year. In his statistics, he was around a 53, 54% passer, which is much better than a 42% passer, which he was last year. He had a lot dropped this year. It could have been better, but he was very accurate throwing the football. Mac did an excellent job of preparing Danny to play football games this year. He was in total control, tremendous confidence in his abilities and talents. He thought he would win every football game, and Danny Bradley did win every football game he played in, except for the tie against Texas.
Coach, offensively, though, it seemed like that we were always hobbled with injuries with the two running backs. It seemed like that Danny put all the pressure. The offensive line, who was criticized, they were criticized last year, played exceptionally well this year.
Well, we didn't make the mistakes and penalties that we had last year, Steve. And if we had in some key games, an Iowa State game would be an example. We had no turnovers, and we didn't have any penalties. We only won 12-7 up there, but if we had made a lot of mistakes that night, we probably couldn't have won the football game. But we did because we played much better in those departments, those areas. I think that our offensive football team did an excellent job, really, in spite of all the injuries. The Earl Johnson, half the season Tillman did not play. We lost a lot of production, yardage production, with those backs being out. But we still did an excellent job, and Danny Bradley was the key because he made the big play, throwing the football and running the football.
At the beginning of the year, did you ever think this defense would develop to where it came to at the end of the season, plus realizing the disappointments and the tragedies that happened off that defensive team?
I thought we'd be an excellent defensive football team because we could run. We had good team speed. I thought our secondary would be pretty good. We lost Case, which I thought was an excellent player from last year. And I was worried about the tackle position. I thought our linebackers were going to be excellent. We redshirted a group of freshman players that we thought were excellent players, and we didn't need to play them because we had Shipp and Benson. The area I was concerned about was defensive tackle. Then we would have lost Murphy in the second game, then our two defensive backs, and then Tupper, and say that our defense could still be the national champion in defense against rush is unbelievable. But that's what they did. They were the number one by holding Oklahoma State to -4 yardage, 4 yards rushing in the ball game. We became the number one defensive team in the country against the rush.
Coach, in previous years, too, kicking game has been a problem, but this year in almost all areas, the kicking game really polished and shined all year.
We improved there. Mike Winchester punted the ball well for us. Tim Lasher relaxed, took a different stance, not that bird dog stiff, tight stance that he had early in the year. We talked him out of that. He stood there more relaxed, which helped him approach and hit the ball better, consistently better. So we improved in the kicking game. We covered better, had no punt returns against us. And these are key things through the year, especially when you get into the tight ball games.
As you reflect on the season, what game do you say, that was the game we became a team?
Well, I think a Missouri ball game was a catalyst to our season. I thought it's not what you do in September, it's what you do in November that they remember. So that was going to be the key, the November stretch. And, of course, that was after the Kansas loss. We came back here to Norman. We had lost. I thought we would beat Missouri. I didn't think we would win by that big a score, but I think we became a total football team that day because our offense exploded. We played with confidence. We drove the football against a team that was pretty good at that time, and we dominated the football game. And from that point on, we were a good offensive football team. Nebraska is a great defensive football team, but I'm going to tell you, when you look at the stats of our Nebraska game and theirs, we're both even. We rushed for 147 yards. They get 134 yards. That's the lowest output Nebraska has had since 1978. Nebraska usually rushes for 400 yards, and we stopped them, and they couldn't move the football in the rushing department against us. So we became, I think, in the Missouri ball game, that's started the drive toward our Big 8 Conference Championship where we are today, and I think that was the key game in our season for us.
There's no doubt about it, Coach. We've got some more things to talk about as we look towards Washington and the Orange Bowl, and we'll do that after this Sooner flashback and another word from the great folks at Kerr-McGee.
In the 1979 Orange Bowl, the Sooners replayed the only team to beat them during the 78 season. Who was named the game's most valuable offensive performer in this Sooner flashback?
Around here, they call me Chief. I live on the Chittimacha Indian Reservation in South Louisiana. I lived here all my life. When I was a boy, we didn't have a school. I was 12 years old before I set foot in a school. But when I went out into the world, I saw I'd missed something. So we built our kids a new school of their own. It took us about 10 years, but we did it.
People helping people everywhere. Everyday people.
Now I look at the children and think, we've done it. They could make it on their own.
Don't be afraid to lend your hand.
Sure, it took time, all my time, but this is home to me. I'm proud of it.
People helping people everywhere. Kerr-McGee people.
I'm Leroy Burgess, Rig Captain for Kerr-McGee.
People like you who care.
Billy Sims was named the Orange Bowl's most valuable offensive player. He scored 2 touchdowns in leading the Sooners to a 31-24 victory over Nebraska.
Okay, Coach, this is the Ask Barry question of the week, the last one of the season. Yay. Dear Coach, a lot of coaches as well as players are superstitious on game days. Are you superstitious, and if so, in what way?
No, I've never considered myself superstitious, Steve. I tell you, I did something this week. We were playing OSU, and I've been wearing the blue pants all year long, coaching pants. And I had put on a pair of red pants because I found those in my locker, and I put them on, then all of a sudden I said, well, I've been wearing those blue ones all year. I'm just going to take
So
these
you
off.
are to some degree, I see.
So I was last week.
Maybe that's the, what happened when you tripped?
Oh, I tell you what, I found a slow cheerleader. That's what I commented before the show started when I saw that teaser there. I said, here I am, I'm all pumped up, ready to run out on the field, and I get behind the slowest cheerleader they got. I stepped on her heel. Of course, I couldn't regain my balance, and I was worried about my players running over me, but
well,
they dodged me. They're great quickness.
Robert Nichols asked that question from Bixby, Oklahoma, and he will get the final football of the season. We've got a couple of interviews from the University of Washington football players. Paul Sicaro is the starting quarterback. He started about midway in the season. And then Fred Small is the outside linebacker. And this is what they had to say about the University of Oklahoma.
I saw a little bit of it. They got a great team. They're probably going to be the best team we face this year, and it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Tough defense, isn't it?
They're probably up there with our defense. You know, I think us practicing against our defense all year is going to give us some experience so we can go out there and know what. And playing against a defense like SC, we're going to know what a good defense is like.
Exciting to go to the Orange Bowl?
Yeah, I am. I was a little down after the USC game, not knowing what was going to happen, but I think we couldn't be in a better situation than we are right now.
Now, do you feel that you can beat Oklahoma down there?
Well, I feel like we've got as good a chance as anybody. We're going to work hard, and we have to improve as a team and get better than we were at Washington State. And it's going to be a tough game, but I think we have to look forward to a goal of beating these guys and just working as hard as we can to get there.
Yeah, I watched the game Saturday. I think they're very impressive. You know, and Bradley's a very quick quarterback. They run the veer to perfection, and I think it's going to be we have a very tough time stopping them. It's going to be a very exciting game and everything. I'm looking forward to it.
You had problems with the veer before. Everybody's always talked about that. Does that concern you?
Yeah, it concerns me because everybody want to run the outside veer, and I'm right there in the spotlight, so it concerns me. You know, Washington State ran the veer very well. Ripien, he's not as quick, not as nearly as quick as Bradley, so it's going to be. I'm excited. You know, I'm getting ready for it. Get my mind prepared right now.
You could be the key man as far as that veer's concerned.
Yeah, that's what I know, and it's a lot of pressure, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a challenge. I'm looking at it as a challenge, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, I can't wait.
Here's their defensive football team. That's small, making play right there, I believe. But I don't know who this is against. California right here on offense. And, of course, I know who that is. That's USC right there. Tim Green, number 11, zipping the ball, throwing an interception. Way to go, Timmy.
Washington most of the year was ranked very high defensively in statistics.
Top defensive team in the country. They're one of the top teams, and they've won with defense all along. And they have been struggling a little bit on offense, but they're an excellent football team. They were ranked number 1 most of the season, longer than anyone else in the top 10 this year, and I think they're an excellent football team.
They struggled offensively. Hugh Millen was a starting quarterback most of the year, and then Cicero came in, and Don James has really been concerned about his offense. Well, going down to Miami, Coach, and preparing is that, you know, it's kind of like old home going back to Miami.
It's been a while. We've been gone for a while. We've got to get some new acquaintances started again, but we're looking forward to going back. It's been a long time. We went 5 of 6 years, I think, at one time. I remember Nebraska coach making a statement a year ago when recruiting. I ran into him in Dallas and said that, boy, they're tired of going to Miami and all this. Well, good. They can go somewhere else now. We're going back to Miami.
Do you think this game is for the national championship?
Yes, I do. I think we're in a great position, only 5 percentage points behind behind Brigham Young. I think that their play, obviously, will be bowl game will be played 10 days prior to our game. I think the last games have an effect on the pollsters, and I think how well they'll play Michigan. I think Michigan will play with them, and Michigan's not a top 20 team. So I think we're in great position to win a national championship, but we've got to beat a very good football team. Washington will be ranked number 4 in the country, and they're an excellent football team. But if we beat them, we should deserve to be national champions.
Coach, it's time to say goodbye for the final time in the regular season. Say thank you.
Well, thank you to Kerr McGee, the great sponsors of this show for, I think, 30 years now. And we really appreciate their interest in the University of Oklahoma football program and allowing us to bring you our football show every year.
Coach, thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you again this year, and I'm so proud for you more than anything else. It's a great tribute to you as a coach.
Thank you, Steve.
It has been a lot of fun on the Barry Switzer Show. To Ron and Steve and everybody behind the cameras and all the people involved, and especially Kerr McGee for bringing you the Barry Switzer Show, the longest-running coaching show in the history of college football. That's quite a statistic. Hope you have a great holiday time, and we'll see you later on the Barry Switzer Show. Good night.
The Barry Switzer Show has been brought to you by Kerr McGee. People like you who care. Furnishings provided by Landsaws of Norman. Clothes for Barry and Steve come from Harold's, Oklahoma City, Norman, and Tulsa. Ground transportation for the Barry Switzer Show provided by Jackie Cooper, Lincoln Mercury Imports, Olds GMC, Datsun, Nissan. Join Barry and Steve for the Barry Switzer Orange Bowl Special, December 31st at 6:30 p.m. right here on Channel 4.